So of all the things you could do in your life, why do you think radio is the most worthwhile? And if you couldn't do radio, what else would you be doing?
I'm not sure radio would be the most worthwhile, but I stumbled into radio and I was able, when I was 19, I talked my way into an internship at National Public Radio's headquarters in Washington. I had never heard of them, like most teenagers. I had never heard of public radio. I didn't like public radio especially. I didn't come from the kind of family that would have listened to public radio. But the people were really young and funny and smart, and they had these really cool studios, and I just thought this would be a really fun thing to do. And so I was an intern there for free, and then the following summer got a job there for the summer, and just kind of each year I was able to get one thing and then another and then another, and just kind of it wasn't a plan, and I'm not really sure how deeply worthwhile it is. I got lucky.
Mm-hmm. Well, most children live in a world where they're allowed to sort of be creative and come up with all sorts of things, but they seem to, a lot of kids lose that as they get older because of sort of self-consciousness, partially, I think. And what kept you going in creative mode? What allowed you to be creative?
Again, another question that I hope I can live up to. I just got lucky. I just got lucky. And ended up in a situation where I was able to actually express myself. A lot of people who want to do creative work then never get that first job where somebody lets them do creative work, and when you do it, they say oh, do more. I got really, really lucky. I think it's a huge factor. And then, once I got a little bit of luck, I was very aggressive about trying to make the most of it. And then I think most creative people, we work with all sorts of writers and Chris, who did this artwork, Chris Ware. I feel like a lot of the people who I find that I'm closest to and who I find the most interesting, they have so much of their kid self still alive in them. In today's show, David Sedaris, and it's definitely Sarah, and everybody actually is in the show. What you want is somebody who's partly adult and responsible, and partly a kid goofing around. When you haven't seen the show, but when you see Eric play, he's totally it's just it's like he's goofing around. He's totally goofing around on stage in this way where this is a retired man. You know what I mean? He's totally kept everything about himself alive, and he didn't have just through sheer force of he just thought it would be fun, he wanted to play it.
Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah.